Hello, and welcome back to GDL Game of the Week for the first time of Season 7. I'm joined by Carmen
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
and Gangster.
Greetings. Yes.
There were two types of intros.
Exactly. This week, we're looking at 3 games, 1 from GDL, 2, and 2 from GDL. We have Carmen versus Slice. We have Sherry Davis versus Gronk. And we have the main feature, Gur versus Achelles.
No master of dank weed? What?
You know,
You have to preserve his matches for later.
Yeah, exactly. You can only do that like once. We're doing a special episode for week 8 anyway, so you know.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be stream.
For sure. You know, you'll see him at some point. Let's just.
Can we overhype Sherry Davis versus Master of Dankweed? I don't want to repeat of last time.
It's gonna be a terrible game. I already know. This is gonna be Mega Mad jump flex, high jump kick 6 times and wins. But you know, hey, let's just get into it. All right, we have Carmen versus Slice. What I see from team preview is I see very good potential for Belly Drum Azumarill. Because there's two things that are faster that can take an Aqua Jet, which are Gudra and Moltres G. Moltres G is going to have to be Slice's Aegislash check, meaning it's going to get worn down. And Gudra doesn't like. He's not going to use that as like an anti-Azu Pokemon. Plus,
Considering that Azu could just play rough it if it's speed invested per se.
For sure.
It is a fairy
I definitely think this should be BD Azu for late game. Conkeldurr can break early. On the flip side, Bandit Emboar just kills something whenever it shows up.
There's like nothing that tanks a hit from that thing.
Gligar does not live to Adamant Bandit Trailblazers. I think. I haven't capped that shit, really.
It doesn't. I killed it. That was part of the preparation. I'm like, can it live? No, it can't.
Yeah, this also definitely a
Like
game.
it.
If you have, if you are the type of player that is daring enough to click Toxic Spikes and Nidoking, this is the game. Because the only remover on Karma's team gets one shot by Ice Beam, and there's one Steel type, sure, but the rest hates poison. I guess Conkeldurr doesn't mind it too much, but he's probably running
Like
Flame
if it's double layered spikes, for example, and Conk
Yeah.
wants to stay on the field, it can't really afford to take all that shit.
Yeah, but Conkeldurr is usually Flame Orb. It does not want to be poisoned because that's double the chip. Yeah, that's just my observation. I think Emboar goes crazy, but so does Ozzy.
Definitely
Yeah,
gonna
that
be a
is-
very
if it is
dynamic
even.
match.
And that is if the Conkeldurr's even guts in the first place, which like it could be like Iron Fist.
I guess so, yeah. This is go.
Got the
Okay, we
classic
see a
rapper.
clear advantage right here on Carmen's side for bringing nicknames.
I see a bad lead by Carmen. I'll explain why. You already know when your team, especially before Carmen did the transactions after week 1, when your team is so reliant on one remover that struggles against 4 Pokemon on this team, on the opponent's
Hazard
team,
Setter's coming in first.
like Hazard's lead is a very obvious lead. So what you can look to do is maybe bring, I think, maybe alone Executor learns Taunt. Maybe someone with Taunts could work. Just punish it immediately with Flamethrower or whatever, so you limit it to 1.
That was my original idea, where I wanted to lead a Lola Executor to just get the fortress out, or at least force it out in a sense.
Well, suppose
But
they
then
could-
I was concerned that Bandit Ember was just the lead, and I was just screwed. I was gonna lose something immediately.
I mean, yeah. I definitely see how Porygon 2 does not get one shot by Emboar. No,
Yeah.
but
Fair.
I get your point. I guess it could always be like sturdy concept, so like Flamethrower it may not be the best, like Taunts would have been the best way to go. Yeah, definitely some hazards going up now. Yeah, Brook's go up. That's gonna be really big because that means a potential Azu can only take a little tiny bit of chip and still click Belly Drum.
Right.
Rooks are not that important, but it's gonna cut in that Porygon 2 mainly. And possibly Life Orb Eggy. Yeah. Like you immediately see default, but Gligar does not win this 1v1, so it's a bit of a weird
No,
play.
absolutely not.
Like all
Yeah,
slices
it's
is
just gonna be spamming defog
all
until
slices is click the other hazard until
something else happens. Yeah.
So you do see custom, meaning okay, yeah, we know it's 30 custom.
Just explodes instantly.
Moltres G.
Protect to
Protect is a good bring. Look, definitely against time
Yeah.
strategies, it's always very nice to have. Foul play kills this.
yeah, just like last time I was in GDL 1 when I fought against Sliced week 1 and then I realized, wow, this team is really bad. And
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. This also coming in now means it's not belly drum, because if belly drum's nowhere near ready to sweep, Carmen would know that as well. And
It may not be great, but I'm not just dumb.
yeah, like so it coming in now means it's not belly drum, so you're looking towards something else for a Winkle, which could be SDA slash in the late game. However, that Moltres G does have to, be disposed of at some point.
Right.
I suppose they're open to that now.
It's like stalling in more trick room turns.
Protect would be a bad play if this was like late game, the situation, because then Flavor could come out, or belly drum could come out. Yeah. 48, that's definitely
but
banded.
it is not late game, so
Yeah, it's definitely banded. Wasting some more turns, even though that one didn't really matter. That did so much.
Mm-hmm.
The Nidoking him.
I mean,
The Chad move.
Nidoking not known for its bulk, so
The Chad move would have been to click T-Spiker.
Oh, for sure. I don't think he brought it though, I don't think, this week.
But yeah, Ember comes in and just the hose will die.
murder.
This Slowbro is just going to kind of take the hit and then protect and then go into something else.
Here's a misplay on my part. I thought even when the protect failed, it counts as protect being used,
Ah, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is an unfortunate miscalculation.
I think I had that happen, something like that happen as well in like a FFA. So I guess that's a better place to learn it.
true.
It was something similar to that, right?
I also like the part where Slice just dispose of the only thing that could take a Nidoking hit, and then immediately
throws Nidoking in.
Immediately decides it does not need it. It was Scarf, which is a terrible Nidoking set.
I was counting, like, Knockoff did a good chunk to basically everything, and I knew Slowbro wasn't staying in clicking like a psychic move, because even then I lived.
And
So I was thinking, okay, Knockoff hits like Gutra maybe, or like Ember.
here Gligar, I'm guessing just comes in as like a sacrifice.
It is.
Yeah.
I know it's going to I know something's about to die.
All you can do really to from this situation is go Azumarill and you
Mhm.
either click Aqua Jet or you expect Slowbro to come in and click Hard Play Rough.
I expect Slowbro coming in.
That's a good play.
And
He does not protect again, which is kind of. I mean, there was no. I suppose there was no real benefit to click and protect.
Mm.
Like
I
you
lose both my setters, so I figure I need to play very aggressive in that regard, but having hazards up here is really bad.
Sure, but because of that, you really do lose the sack game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this Embor just takes another one. We go Conkeldurr here, which I'm guessing this must be a Mog Punch range.
Yes, it is. I counted out. It was in Mach Punch range, even with like up to 80 HP AVs, which I figured it wasn't since it was like full adamant.
Alright. Yeah, protects once again, really good. Also stalling out that burn, getting some more chip. So I'm thinking this game's over, right? We're just gonna click Brave Bird or Hurricane and win.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's why I clicked Mach Punch.
Yeah, that's actually I would say that's a big choke by Carmen. And I'll explain why.
yeah,
Because there's two scenarios. Either this Moltres kills you with a move,
Or it doesn't.
It kills you or it doesn't. If you click Mild Punch, it doesn't save you because it's still going to be faster than Azumarill, meaning you have to Aqua Jet, which doesn't kill Gudra, and you die.
So I should have clicked CC and or Facade or whatever.
yeah,
move
and
came
also
down.
like one of the better options for killing you is Hurricane, which It does have that 70% accurate. That is not what I'd call peak reliability.
To
It
be
was
fair,
tunnel vision in that moment, so I
to
could
be
have
fair,
definitely played that
the
better.
only thing that would have won is Drain Punch.
Mhm.
He refused to not have a flying move. Drain Punch could have maybe given you range to force Gudra, to like tank a Gudra hit. It's doubtful, but
Right.
you're a max HP, I'm assuming.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. So that's something you could have definitely done better. Like in prep, if that's Drain Punch, you could win this.
For sure.
But yeah, there's
You want
no
punch
just-
again because at that point it's like there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Slice just protects. Should just protect here, and he has a guaranteed 2-0. Because if
Correct.
you Akkojet, he goes to Gudra, and if you don't Akkojet, he kills you.
Hmm.
He decides to make the most unnecessary play of all time. But
Because
I
I click play rough assuming the Gooch is coming in on the aqua.
He's low turn counting. He needs that turn save. It's important for sure.
Any percent speed run.
Yeah.
Gotta speedrun these matches. You win if your matches are
Yeah.
shorter.
Yeah, but you
This is,
can definitely see that was a pretty good game. But I think that also should have been a different set, and you could have left it breaking for someone else.
Absolutely. Team was still getting underway, still understanding how it works overall, but I could have definitely played that better. But I still feel like overall it was a good solid game throughout.
I'll agree with that.
Solid enough.
I just don't like that Slice Bro Scarf Needle King, which is not a good set.
Just in general, or just in this
I
matchup?
just think Scarf Needle King sucks.
Just doesn't have the damage output it
Like,
needs.
what's it even doing against this team? Like,
Against Porygon 2 specifically. I
what
mean new
not,
rapper.
What was
sorry.
it not outspeeding in the first place?
It needed to be Scarf, obviously, to take out Mega Houndoom.
If Slice is watching this, please explain me why didn't you just go like Life Orb T-Spike? That would have made this game way easier because T-Spike, with the removal being as bad as it was, would have made your Protect spam and, you know, Ember Flare Blitz even more of an easy win come.
Thankfully, with the transactions, I do have slightly better removals. Not great, but it's better.
Yep, you still do get 6-0 by Ember, but I guess everyone does. Anyway, let's just move on. Alright, we have.
Alright, now it's Sherry Daven time.
Oh yeah.
Jerry Davis.
The best player. He's gonna win GDL 2. Just saying. I wonder how his team would turn out without Tobias making his entire team for him.
I didn't actually make the entire team for him. I gave him suggestions. However, Sherry Davis doesn't really do the most thinking in all those situations.
Is this Mega Altaria or regular?
It's Mega Altaria. Yeah, it's Mega Altaria, Mega Medicham. If we're looking at this, Mega Medicham, it has to be like Grunk is in big trouble whenever it comes out because like Bulky Turn T can take a high jump kick, but it cannot take a Thunder Punch.
Or even as an hit, but hurts
Yeah,
a
like-
lot.
Same with Mega Altaria. Mega Altaria can take the high jump kick, but it cannot take Ice Punch, right? And the other 4 die to high jump kick. It could also be Drain Punch if it's scared of like Protect Registeel. Aside from that, I think Dragonite's
Fighting
gonna be
type
big.
dominating a whole team? Who could have seen this coming?
Dragonite's gonna be really big if that Mega Altaria does go down, just because it can use an otherwise really good offensive Pokemon in Tough Illusion against it. So you're looking yourself into a move that doesn't really offer anything against the DD that's coming.
Right.
He could even go for the Chad play, run inner focus so he doesn't get intimidated for Crocodile, but I don't think he did that.
No, I don't think that was what happened. We're talking about Sherry Davis here.
Yeah. Anyone has anything to add or no?
Steve,
Not-
Torrenti, obviously Mega Altaria can run Defog, most times it won't. The Klefki spikes will definitely allow for further, like, mind games in regards to how many times you can really switch into Mega Medicham or the other threats on the team. Like, the removal is Torrenti or Altaria, it's not really going to be both.
For sure. However, if I'm Gronk, I'm definitely looking at DD Altaria in this matchup. It struggles. It beats anything that isn't Magnet, Rice, Klefki, or just Fist of Cresselia, because Cresselia is crazy bulky.
It just lives.
But yeah, you're looking at something like that. You're looking at potentially just running a fast pivot turn is nice against anything if you don't have to switch it in. Just because no cuff is so spammable against this team. But yeah, aside from that, let's just go into it.
This gargoyle is super, yeah?
Frisk is already nice. Because Mienshao is definitely something, if you see it as lead, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that's Scarf. Knowing its life already is very nice for Raikou. It's very nice for Dragonite because you know
he would have known. I don't. The Frisk doesn't really matter for that right now.
He would have known when the
It does,
Kalki
because Sherry Dave does not know what Kalki is. So you know he would see that U-turn damage. He wouldn't think twice about it. He would still not know. Like,
When you reveal that it was
Light
Life
Orb's
Orb,
gonna activate.
yeah, but it could still be like choice band or something.
But Light Orb's gonna activate.
Yeah, but
he's gonna take damage from it.
Yeah, true.
or maybe he'll just ignore it because it gets healed by Regenerator. It's like, oh, he didn't take damage.
Exactly. You just skip turn. Does quite a lot of damage. Turn T comes in, dodges Wisp, which is nice. Even if it's special turn, which usually is. What Wisp would do is really reduce the amount it can heal. Just you're taking that 6. Sure, you get back up, but if rocks are up and this doesn't have boots, for example, but actually Cherry Dave didn't bring rocks. Like in situations where Turn T is burned, it's taking 25 from rocks and then 6 from burn. Basically, regeneration just only cancels out what's happening to it. It doesn't like recover anything. Yeah.
There goes leftovers. Shuka Berry.
Sugar Berry is not a bad drink because it's kind of good for both Altaria and Crook. Yeah. For some reason, we click Play Rough.
Play rough.
Okay. We also see that Gronk here has the advantage through nicknames. It has to be said every time.
For sure.
We also see that Crook doesn't have Intimidate.
Alright. Any guesses how much it's doing?
I mean, I remember it.
Same.
I remember it as well.
I was not expecting this, by the way. Very nicely set up. Mega
The screens for
Mega
Mega
Metacham behind screens kind of means you don't want to be on the field to like do 20% then die. So you're kind of switching to like whoever can take a hit. But you can't
Which is not really anyone reliably.
Yeah.
Especially after this.
680.
What the
But then we leave.
Then Gronk decides, okay, well, he's definitely switching. Yeah. It's a bit of a bold move. If you're gonna switch, I think you should probably just go to Altaria. So it's like less risky.
It works out because Sherry switches to Clef Key.
Sure.
And then back to Metachan.
We got +1 defense though, which matter.
Gronk decides to click
But
first
he,
for the second time.
yeah. When was that ever going to do anything? Unless he missed.
Yeah.
He didn't misclick, he just chose wrong in the chat at least.
Turn T is in a good position here though, because Raikou still doesn't really get knocked off. And, you know, with Cliff being as low as it is, it's quite nice.
This is the last turn of screens essentially.
Yeah, but that does not matter. This guy's back. He's gonna smash someone else. Yeah,
Yep.
Gronk definitely very afraid of Bullet Punch right there. Sherry Daves does not give a fuck. He was like, Hurricane Confusion, don't know what that means.
I'm gonna click a move.
Gronk decides that Mienshao is a really good switch in. You know, it worked. Your generators are fine. I think it would have been nice to get some chips, but it's just kind of, it's already a lost game. It kind of feels like it, because whenever that Mega Metacham comes out, there's literally nothing Gronk can do. And the only things that could take advantage of coming in when something's died to Metacham, which would be in this situation Torty and Typhlosion, are both hard countered by something else that Sherry Davis still has high health.
Right.
I think if you're Sherry here, probably just go Cresselia, yeah. Still don't wanna give like your item away on Raikou, because Cresselia is bulky enough to tank hits anyway. You have Moonlight.
Even with U-turn, like from Life Orb, it just tonk. We click
Ooh,
psychic.
big psychic.
There's some good pivoting by Gronk, but he's getting kills with this thing twice now. And whenever this gets a kill, it's made a champ kill.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't Scarf.
Sherry makes,
No, it's not Scarf. Then.
I suppose, not a bad play, because in this matchup you're thinking it has to be a Scarf, right?
No, it's not Scarf, I
Yeah,
swear.
but if it's Scarf, D-Knight was free. However, if you also don't want to switch into specs and like take like 25 and then take 50 from the second one,
Ironhead is interesting.
that's it.
It was a good ring. Because Mega Alt was like the main switch in.
This kind of just wins now. But you can definitely see what I said in the early game, like before the game, is just Mega Medicham just punching holes for D-Knight to win, and they just did exactly.
I'm so jealous of this Gronk guy right now. He hit a Fire Blast and a Hurricane.
Yeah, that's crazy. How can
Imagine
one man be
hitting
that
moves.
lucky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sherry
think
Davis doing Sherry Davis things.
you can really see that Sherry has improved a lot. I think this is pretty impressive what he's showing here. Like using screens for Mega Medicham and then constantly keeping the opponent on the back foot. Whenever something dies, yeah, Mega Medicham's back in. All those are mad.
Constantly applying the pressure with Mega Medicham was really helpful. Even though there weren't hazards, it's still like the sheer power of Mega Medicham is just outrageous in this matchup.
Sherry Davis is going to have to play a bit worse if he wants to keep his reputation as a bad player.
Another interesting point, like Tobias mentioned, is that Gronk in the second half of the game did really well with the pivoting regarding like switching into immunities and resistances, but it just wasn't enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, everybody gangster until Sherry Davis pulls up with a Mega Medicham.
How can everyone be me?
Let's just go to the last game. Game of the week, main feature. We have Gur versus Achelles. We have a Zard Y team with no other son. We have Zard Y against Mega Garchomp. Very hype.
We see Gert brings both hazard removers because there's a Skarmory.
No, he has all three. Default dog.
All three, right? Yes,
No,
okay,
Zard Y is the Fogger.
Seeing
All four of
Garchomp
them.
kind of feels weird because I'm like, hey, I have that.
Yeah, Mega
Yeah.
Garchomp looks like it's gonna be used as like something max HP, max attack kind of tank. Just so it can deal with Zard, but can also still put the pressure on. You definitely, if you're Gur, you're also definitely looking at something like
Rest, recover, Bryoga.
You're also looking at how am I actually gonna pressure Skarmory and not let it just put up a hazard and then switch out to whoever I tried to kill it with. That's
Gert does have Sun, which is helpful, but Achilles also has options against it in this scenario.
for sure. I don't like the Krogonal bring. It just kind of loses to everything.
What if it's rest, recover?
It still loses to everything.
But what if it's rest, recover though?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah. That'd be a really good savior.
Beats I don't know, Tentacruel or something. I don't know.
Weavile looks like a big ass threat. Nothing likes it. Like Gerda gets knocked and then it has to have Mach Punch. So next time Weavile doesn't just click SD and click Turbo Axe when it dies. It's definitely gonna have to manage that, I suppose. A Selgor is somewhat useful for it.
We have actually a fourth member of this GDL game of the week video now.
Hello, Fish showed up.
I did show up.
It's
Welcome.
perfectly timed for the third match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just we're just discussing how good Krogonal's here.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the reason I showed up, because the first two matches was boring. They didn't have Cryogonal.
True.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think the set is rest, recover, unfortunately, unlike a better match.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry to say it, but that match was better.
I
We
feel,
gotta say that
entertaining,
choice
let's
makes
say
Cryogonal.
that.
I feel like Scarf. Lastly, like we've been waffling a lot on this preview. I feel like Scarf Latios could be really good late game. You do have to deal with Clef. However, you can just kind of pressure it a lot with Zard Y. because nothing else wants to take like either. You need 3 moves. You need 4. I guess you run Roost. So you run your fire move of choice, like Weather Ball, Fire Blast. You run Earthquake for the Tentacle, and you run Dragon Pulse for the Guard Jump. That's all you need.
He just kind of wins.
Yeah.
So you kind of just pressuring
There's-
the entire team with that, and then you're looking at
There's
late game
not
value.
much for this clef, like to break it. Maybe Excel goes Sludge Bomb, but
For sure.
does Crocodile get Poison Jab?
I think it
It
does. Maybe it also learns Iron Tail, but I don't think it's running that. Yeah, like
It won't be one.
Spit FT wave looks very good on Clef.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah.
Let's just get into it. We have the Selgor lead. That kind of suggests pretty Hazard's lead.
Or Final Gambit.
True. Final Gambit is a good lead as well.
Ooh, we have the Cryogonal.
The big Moonblast tank.
25 actually does quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
Tentacruel immediately
that
loses
Moonblast is
maybe.
probably one of the only things that's going to be taken.
True. This
on
coming
this team.
in has the Chopo Berry. I'm not really sure why you're switching it in hard on Tentacruel, but I suppose.
And
you're
why
right.
is it called? Why is it called Gregory? This is not Gregory.
This is not a steel tank.
Nah, he's doing his best. You'll see. You'll see. So Achilles goes to the Skarmory, gets mean looked,
Oh,
Omega predicted.
gets
I remember hearing about this.
gets taunted.
But body press is
Takes
brought.
body press like a fucking champion. Then
Yeah.
counters that shit. It kills with no
Uh,
That's
incredible.
that is heat.
The ultimate Skarmory trapper.
So we've got rid of Skarmory, right? So what does this mean for Gert? We're looking at
I mean, realistically, it only really opens up the Crocodile and the Girder, but the Crocodile is now at 20%.
I mean, it lessens prediction with Latios.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Yeah.
it's nice to get rid of, but I also
Um,
do feel like it's a bit of a stretch to make this set work and then not profit too much of like the removal of Skarmory. I'm not exactly sure what Gur has on his team, but I feel like, I feel like there could have been something you could have brought that would have been able to.
Maybe
take
he was
advantage of
planning
this.
to take a lot less damage there. Like if he didn't lose that Chopper Berry.
Right, he was
Yeah,
expecting
he
the
did.
chopper berry that on the first hit, and then end up at like 50 something by the end.
Yeah.
Crocodile does die immediately. You get Zard, it's like, yeah, I'm here to get you.
I'm here to do Zard things.
It's just this fucking Dawn just clicks
Okay.
DD. I have no idea why, but shit.
I mean, physical Zard Y definitely makes getting rid of Skarmory better.
True.
That doesn't.
Yeah. It's just like I said, probably just max HP.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Looks like it.
I like it, but could you not have used the Zard set I said and then used DD Latios? Because that would have really liked Skarm being removed as well.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is like flinch left once.
Oh no, not the boots.
Rest.
See, recover.
Cargonal's
Okay,
kind
now
of-
we need to recover.
Now he needs rest
Yeah,
to get rid of.
rest. Now we need to rest. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Achilles has realized that this tentacle doesn't really do anything in the matchup anymore. Except
Especially
for
without the assault
kind
boost and this
kind
much
of
check.
check a Selgor, but hey. He has managed to 1v1 the Rare, which is nice, but it's still
Hitting
good.
Paragonal for Tentacle isn't the worst. But neither of them were doing much in this match, I don't think. It means you can now set rocks with Garchomp. Rock or Fable, actually. I think Latios and Girder
This-
still defaulted.
This is a very nice double, by the way. Because
Hmm.
Achilles clearly trying to sack his Garchomp and then get the Girder exposed with Clefable. But
Yeah.
Gur knows he needs to protect that Girder. Gur and Girder just sound wrong. he needs to protect the Gerda if he wants to be able to beat Weaver and Cecino, so he has to make that double.
And we click Sludge Bomb. That doesn't kill
We
against the max
click
HP guard shot.
No, to be fair, he said in after hit, that was a guaranteed kill, like max HP, max attack, but it was like max def. So that kills
Right.
that kills on normal set, and then he has max HP on this. But yeah, now
Yeah,
Cecino is
that's
kind
fair.
of claims one.
That's dead.
So I think like possibly bulk up could have done something if it was like poison jab. It's probably still not killing Clef.
Not before it does to Moon Glass.
Yeah, and now we lose.
So it's
It
definitely,
was final
He's
damage.
it's definitely
He's going out on his own terms.
It's unfortunate that sludge bomb didn't kill.
Yeah, very
I think
unfortunate.
if it does, if it's like any other guard chump investment at that point, you could have really kept that a Selgor and possibly won like Specs. I'm assuming it was play like
I mean,
possibly Specs or Scarf, but like sludge bomb's back.
No,
Big.
Actually,
honestly, I really like
He's-
Spadef Garchomp in this matchup. Because you've got the Latios and the Zard Y. You saw what it did to Zard Y, even though it was physical. And then you're gonna catch out the Latios, and as long as you're still killing it with something, which you might be, and it's not expecting you to just take a Draco into it.
No. I really do like it as well
I don't
because
mind it.
it's the only thing on the team that would beat like that mixed Zard Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really clever bring. I think Gur played pretty well actually, but yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate.
Yeah. I like the
Crook was
crocodile
obviously
set.
the star.
It was, yeah. It just could have done with having more things to abuse with Skarmory being done.
Looking at Gur's team, there's not really a lot. There's like the Venusaur, Aromatisse, Aggron. I mean, I guess Aggron, sure.
I guess as well, the crocodile set could have just taken out anything. It might not have just been meant for Skarmory.
I suppose. Like you can always counter Mega Garchomp or something. You're right.
Yeah.
The Chopo Berry makes you believe that
Yeah.
it was meant specifically for like the body press Skarmory.
Yeah.
Or like he turns out with Cincino and does his switch and takes like 80.
Mm.
Yeah. Honestly, pretty cool game.
Yeah. Very cool game.
Io's game of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose we can just move to Heave the Week. So in third place, Heave the Week, we have Jumper Cables, Source Down Skarmory, which did nothing, but it was cool.
But it was funny.
It was against Master Dank Weed, so bonus points for that because it wasn't a Master Dank Weed game. So
True. Second, we have Endure Shell Smash Clampo by Kipclive, which managed to
Oh.
get 2 direct kills and 1 passive kill by stalling out
Beautiful.
Poison on Greninja and killing the other 2 with Shell Smash boosted moves. And in first, we have Gur's patented Mean Look Taunt Mean Look Taunt Counter Crook. Very epic set.
Crocodile.
Very epic set.
Very cool.
Right, that's gonna be it for
Did
the
we
first game of the
come
week.
in at all? during that
y'all, next time when I'm going to be bringing Bandit Glaceon against DJS and getting Heat of the Week. So yeah, hope you're looking forward to that. If you made it to the end of the video, comment it's Sherry Davin time.
With the devil emoji if you can.
Yeah, sure.
Shoutouts Fish for being here. Shoutouts Carmen
I
for
shut
being
up
here.
for the best part.
Facts. And shoutouts Gangster. And that's gonna be it for us for this week. See ya.
game?
Subscribe.
Seriously?
What the fuck was that?